Okay, welcome back. So we have discussed the importance of building community, and hopefully by now you have joined the Hangover Free Me Society, our private Facebook group. So thank you for doing that. Next up is journaling. As I mentioned previously, it's not something I'd ever done before. Maybe you already keep a journal, and if you do, wonderful. But I started keeping a journal before my day one. So before I actually jumped in and started removing alcohol from my life, I started just a couple days before to document how I was feeling. But it's something that earlier in my journey, I would update more frequently. I'd like to do it more often now, and I try to do it at least a couple times a week just to capture important moments, important things I hear from my kids and so on. But I'll share one story about my journaling experience, and it's something that I continue to look back on. There was a moment when I had just gotten out of the shower and Glory Days by Bruce Springsteen came on the radio. You know the song? And I started crying. I started bawling crying. So this was 60 days into my alcohol-free journey. And I think I was crying because that song reminded me of really good, fun times from my youth. But I think it also made me feel like I was past my glory days, so that I was perhaps breaking up with the old me. I don't know what it was, but it was deep. I documented it in my journal. I feel much better and much differently about that whole experience right now, but it's very interesting to go back in time and read about my feelings and read about how I felt on that day and that experience. So in that respect, keeping a journal was great because in that moment when Glory Days came on, I was feeling low, and sad. But now I look back, I don't laugh because it was a very profound moment for me. But I have such a different perspective now 3 years later. And there are so many more positives compared to that feeling that I had of maybe giving up my glory days. So keep a journal. It's so important.